Hey there, I'm excited to show you this new passive house that I'm visiting. I'm out here in Boise, Idaho. It's about 40 degrees, it's the middle of January, and so with the cold temperatures, I'm really enjoying just dwelling and staying in this passive house. You know, this passive house has lots of solar thermal, concrete, stoneware. As you can see behind me here, this 7-foot wall is holding a lot of the heat, retaining a lot of the heat coming in from these windows in the back here. And so we got a lot of south-facing windows back here, and that's all collecting the heat into the floor, into the walls. And so I want to show you a little bit more about this passive house that I'm staying at here, out here in Idaho. It's got some pretty neat locking system here, all automated with your palm of your hand here. Type in your code and a lock and unlock. So pretty neat. It's kind of inviting. You walk in and you can see the fireplace here. Chimney going up through the roof. But also an observation when you walk in is this recycled stone here. As you walk in the front door, you'll notice right away this interior concrete wall that's 7 foot tall here. It allows light to come through the home all day, and making any artificial light unnecessary. This feature also allows the sun and the wood stove to evenly heat the whole house here. There's no more cold bedrooms. And so again, this 7 foot tall, it has this space up to the ceiling. Another 4 to 5 feet here. You also have the ceiling fan. But this 7 foot tall thermal mass, you got the thermal mass walls. Now look over here. You can see on this wall right here, you're going to see this wall that I'm touching here is all insulated with straw bales. Here's the little smart door. You can look inside to prove it. This is insulated. This whole wall right here is insulated with an R35. So these straw bales, you see right here, this entire wall is going to be insulated at an R35. Now if you went down to the floor here, this whole cement slab, underneath the slab foundation, that's going to be the blue board insulation at your home. Here we are in a passive house in close to downtown Boise, Idaho. This passive house has a little information here in it. It talks about the home, and it can be heated during consecutive cloudy days in the winter with hardly any electricity or wood, but it has always stayed above 58 degrees in here. Even when there's no heat added, it makes this house livable with hardly any energy costs at all. Now, considering insulation here, the insulation rates are R22 on the south-facing walls. It's got an R35 on the straw bale walls, as this home has straw bale construction. It also has an R51 up in the ceiling. It also got an R10 blue board under the entire slab foundation here. So when we look down here at the floor, this whole entire cement slab is got the blue board under it, and that's got the R10 blue board insulation. Again, up towards the ceiling here, we're looking at that R51 on the ceiling, and then we got the R35 on the straw bale construction here. So again, I'm just going to show you. We got a little access door here, and it shows you that this whole wall right here has got the R35 for the straw bale insulation. See if I can show you a couple pictures regarding the construction of these straw bales here in this book. So if you see right here, there's the installation of the straw bales going into this home. Again, you can see on the south-facing, you got the R22, but on the east and the west side here, we're insulating this with these straw bales. And if you're looking for any more information, straw bale construction information, you can go to strawbale.com. Now I want to point out that on these south-facing windows right here, you're going to see a bedroom on the left here, and you're going to see also a bedroom on the right here. Now notice the location of this 7-foot cement wall here. Also we can see it on the right here. Now as we walk into this side of the bedroom here, I'm going to show you, this is the straw bale wall side. And so you can see how thick this is. I mean, we're talking almost a 1.5 feet of thickness in these walls. I mean, you could set a lot of things up in this windowsill here. If you look outside here, you have this porch. You got this carport right here. You got the barrier here, this retaining wall, all earthbound wall here. It's all covered around the whole entire house. You have this wraparound porch. Now as you leave this bedroom here, you're going to go straight into this bathroom. What a unique bathroom here is you can see the stone sink. It's like going through a waterfall here, having a waterfall sink, passing through a nice big rock. Again, we've just got that whole earth tone, a lot of that stoneware feel throughout this home here. More of this recycled concrete. Nice tiled bathtub shower setup. You can see these vaulted ceilings. Again, there's the top of the 7-foot wall. So all this is open. You got your living room on the other side, coming right in here into the bathroom. So this whole solar aspect, the wood stove is just radiating all the heat into these rooms. I just wanted to show you this electrical consumption in this house here. As you can see in the background, right here, we're having a light over the kitchen table, and that's only using about 9 watts here, or excuse me, 7 watts. The one over here is the 9-watt one. And so these LED bulbs, which you can get uptown here, again, they're not using a whole lot of electricity, but the one up here in the ceiling over the kitchen, that's the 128. These two fluorescent bulbs are running 128 watts. So just be aware that when you're running power in your house is to really look at the electrical consumption. Now when you're living in a super efficient home, power consumption becomes a big deal. So as you look at this light switch, I like that they labeled the power here. We got a 7 watt, we got a 9 watt, and we got a 128 watt. All these light switches are controlling different light sources right here in the kitchen area. So when I turn on the 7 watt, I just turned on this bulb here. So right here in the little kitchen dining room area, when I have your breakfast, you can turn on and have a 7 watt light bulb. And so that gives off quite a bit of light here at the end of the day. Now, if you look at the 9 watt here, we're going to turn this one off, turn on the 9 watt. So right here in our coffee station, we got this hanging light here. And again, we're running a 9 watt bulb. A lot of these LEDs nowadays are just on a very low watt, 7 watt, 5 watt, 9 watt. And so you can see the difference how much 9 watt gives off versus 5 watt gives off. Now if I back up here and I turn on 128 watts, now the kitchen did light up quite a bit, and we're running these fluorescents up here on the ceiling. So when you're in a super efficient home and you're concerned about having your net energy costs lowered, you need to consider how much electrical consumption am I using on my light switches here. So it's neat to have this here in this passive house. It's just labeling how much wattage each light source is using. Nice big kitchen sink here. faucets. Love these stainless steel appliances here. Just to give you a little information on this permaculture paradise that we're at here, we're looking at just a couple miles from downtown Boise here, and as we get some statistics and numbers on this thing, we're sitting on just shy of an acre lot here, and it's a 925 square foot. We've got 2 bedrooms in this house. There's 1 single bath central into the house here, which we'll take a look at. The porch, it's got a wraparound patio on this thing. It's got a carport. Where are we at in our elevation? We're at 2,780 feet. Here in Boise, Idaho, we got 137 days for growing. And in this permaculture site, as you can look outside here in January, we don't have much for greenery, but this whole almost an acre lot is just going to be flowing full of green and habitat as we get through the spring and through the summer here. As we look outside, but just first here, notice this this eave here, and this downspout for the rain gutters here. It's exiting and it's coming down a solid chain, a steel chain here. I bet you that just is gonna make a really neat waterfall or just water flow coming down into the rocks here. So with a house like this, we also need to take a look at the mechanics. What are some of the cool gadgets that make this home really comfortable living? As you can see up here in the wall, you got the split unit. Also, we got the chimney stack from the wood stove. There is also a ceiling fan up here. But just let's take a look at some of these components a little bit closer. I think a central piece of equipment in any energy efficient home is one of these mini splits. Here we got a Pioneer unit hanging up on the wall for both heating and cooling. We also have the controller unit for this thing up on the wall here. So if you're looking at making any adjustments on this Pioneer unit, you can set that. Right now we got it set at 74 degrees. Easily with the remote, just lower or raise the temperature that you desire. And it's not going to take long to adjust in a passive house like this. With the insulation values that we got here, it's already pretty comfortable just with nothing running. But with this split unit kicked in, that's going to be a very functional unit. You can also turn on the ceiling fan and just circulate some of the air throughout the house here, as we got these open walls here. Also is just for some comfort and ambience here is just to have a wood stove. So, you know, a nice small wood stove like this here from Avalon. Nice glass door, you can view the flames. Put in a couple logs, get the kindling going, add a little bit bigger logs in here, and just sit back around the living room and enjoy a little wood stove. And again, you can see all this nice thermal mass, this rock, this concrete, these stones just absorbing these heat, and we'll just let it off throughout the night here. There is also on the back side of the bathroom here, we have a pre-charged water tank. These pre-charged water tank here from Flowtech does a good job at just supplying water throughout this building. Another thing for consideration is just the underfloor heat here. And again, with a thermostat here from our guys here, we can just set the temperature right in the concrete. You want it 69 degrees, you want it hotter, you want it colder. Again, it's got built-in Wi-Fi as well. So easily adjust the floor heat right into your slab with the thermostat. You do have the option in the bedrooms, electric baseboard heaters here. So you can easily adjust the temperature right in each bedroom with the electric baseboard. Also, as you go into the living room, we got 2 more electric baseboard heaters here. Some neat pieces of woodworking and furniture throughout the house. And another thing that's always nice is to have your own private toilet area. So we got in this room, it's just closed off, the door here, so you can have your own, again, sealed off private throne room. Coming from the kitchen over here into the living room, I think one of the interesting features in the construction of this house is the glass block. Nested by design, recessed right into these cement concrete walls are these old-fashioned cube blocks. They got good thickness, they let light through, yet it's still opaque enough where you can't see directly through them. And so there's a couple strips over here going into the bathroom area. And we also have right here in the living room, we got some more. So neat little feature designed with these glass blocks right into the wall. Just wanted to walk us through the sustainable house here. It's a straw bale home, and I am out here in Idaho today. And so here we got this neat passive solar home out here in Boise, Idaho. And so I wanted to give you a little walk through this neat home.